Today you are working on your introductions. For most of you, I have already submitted feedback on your outlines. If you go back into the modules, look at the page where you submitted your assignment, you should have a place where you can access the comments that I made, and that can give you some kind of like guidance on whether you're headed in the right direction or whether you need to stop, make a couple of revisions, and then tackle your introduction. So do that before anything else. But once you're ready for your introduction, here's how you're going to go about it. So every day this page, this is the B-Work page under day 2. Every day this page will update with new instructions based on where you're supposed to be in your essay. So today it has introduction. Tomorrow I will add in body paragraph, etc. Today we're focusing on introductions. Let's see, here's the rough outline of how an introduction should look for an essay on multiple works. So usually what we do is hook, tag, summary, claim, right? But that's only if you're introducing one work, right? And you're going to be talking about many works. So what we're actually going to do, we're not going to worry about introducing the text that we're talking about. We just want to talk about our main idea and try to work our way towards our claim. And you'll actually introduce the text you're talking about in your essay. So let's look at what an introduction can look like. So you want to start with a hook. So you're introducing the subject of your essay. In this case, it'll probably have something to do with illness or disability. And then you'll kind of expand your thoughts. Here you can work on connecting the idea in your hook to your claim. I'll talk about that more in a second, but this is sort of like building the idea in your hook to eventually connect it to your claim. Your claim is where you answer the question, where you say like, what is a reaction that people have to illness and disability? And then you have your roadmap. Roadmap is really useful for multiple body paragraphs because it gives your reader an idea of where your paper is going. So you'll kind of like outline the 3 main points that you're going to make, each point being a different body paragraph. So we can read through this. This is an example essay. This would be like an example essay from the war unit. So this question that they're trying to answer would be the same as yours, except instead of what's a reaction people have to illness, it would be like what's a reaction people have to war. So we start with our hook. And the thing about hook and expanding, right? Hook and expanding can be as creative as you want it to be. Y'all are getting into more advanced writing, so you get to do more things on your own, right? We'll talk more about this in a sec. Let me read through them first. The United States has a rich tradition of finding ways to hide their greatest wartime atrocities behind masks of success and achievement. Despite having inspired many of the eugenicist policies of Nazi Germany, we present ourselves as the unequivocal heroes of World War II. Despite having provoked great hatred from Middle Eastern nations by attempting to secure foreign oil, we present ourselves as bringing peace and liberalism to the Middle East. However, this impulse is not purely an American one. One specific way that many nations attempt to cover up their wartime sins is by celebrating the magnificent scientific achievements made in developing military power. By examining the pride nations take in increasingly deadly weaponry, the overt dehumanization that accompanies the celebration of weaponry, and the often overlooked possibility for science to resolve conflict through nonviolent means, individuals can come to realize that celebrations of scientific achievement are more often than not masks behind which nations' worst and bloodiest impulses lie. So, the question that's being asked here is, what is a response that people have to war, and is it useful or harmful? So if we were to just answer that question and start here, we would just like state our claim, just straight up. But this person decided to like go in a particularly creative route. They wanted to think about ways that war brings out the worst in people, but they present it as the best. And then they connected that idea of, hiding moral failures in successes through all of these specific examples. and then they got to their specific claim. So all of that is just to say, none of this is sort of like what the prompt asks you for, but it's what this person thought of in the real world that connected to their claim, right? So this is a place for you to be really creative, and like don't get too bogged down in it. I think you can do it. It's very similar to the claim or to the hooks that you've done previously. It's just like you get to really flesh out your hook and explore the idea of your hook. Again, like the way that intros work is it kind of takes you from the space of the real world, right, and moves you into the space of the paper. So I would try to start with like what element of illness and people's responses to illness do you actually see in your real life, and how can you, through your writing and through a couple of sentences, connect that to the claim that the essay is going to be about. And then again, roadmap, we see that this person outlines the 3 different points they're going to make. They're going to have a paragraph that's about nations taking pride in deadly weapons. They're going to talk about dehumanization that comes from celebrating weapons. And they're going to talk about how people could use science for good things, for nonviolence in wartime, but they choose not to. So just gives us like a precursor of what the essay is going to be about. This is what you're looking to do. Write your essay just like anywhere under the prompt. I have the prompt here again. So what you'll do is kind of put like, your name, my name, English 2, and then the date. And then you can start with a title. You don't have to have a title yet. I find it's easier to have a title after I've written my full essay. Center the title and then start writing. Double space everything. Put it in 12-point font, Times New Roman, same as we always do for proper papers. And yeah, see if you can get through your introduction. Make sure you're checking your feedback. And if you would, please email me a copy of your introduction when you're done, just straight to my school email. You can do it through Canvas, that's fine. But I would love to see your introduction before you move on to the next paragraph, just because introductions are really important. And if your claim is a little bit wobbly or your roadmap doesn't seem to know where you're going, then you're going to run into problems down the line. I really believe that like a strong introduction is the best way that you can set yourself up for success in an essay. So like take some time. It can be complicated to try to string all of these ideas together into this one solid argument, but it's so satisfying when you figure out how to do it. It's really one of my favorite things in the world, not just about English, but like truly in the world. So I don't know. I think y'all are going to do great, and I hope you get the feeling of satisfaction that comes with like really building an argument that you believe in. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Sorry for uploading late, and I will talk to you later, and I look forward to reading your intros. Bye, guys.